Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Friday. And boy, it's nice to be on Friday. And it is the 30th of October, 2020. And the time right now, 9:20 a.m. Central Time. I took a personal day yesterday, so you missed me on a bunch of my videos. Sorry about that, but needed it. As we're taking a look at the markets, I'm very bothered. You saw yesterday a lot of earnings reports come out that were not bad. In fact, some of them were downright good. It didn't carry the market at all. And the reason for that is the mixture of COVID and the election right in front of us on Tuesday. It's voting day. And what's going to take place is who knows where we're at. And it gets scary because of what's going on. I'll talk about that in a moment. Metal's getting a bounce, and you would think right in front of the election that's a good possibility, and here it comes in the gold market. Dollar down a fraction. I don't call 11 points after getting back over 9,400 on the index. Very much of a break in the market, and stability right here. And why not? If you think about it, there's so much uncertainty now surrounding America, what's about to happen. We know Europe's in the throes of the COVID. We saw that the European numbers this morning that came out, like the U.S., all of their third quarter GDP showed the growth that they had to, and now they're back in the shutdowns. How far is that just going to be thrown not only back on their heels, but maybe even worse than they were before? Nobody's certain of that. Energy markets, the demand not there when you're into a COVID lockdown. Grain markets, well, I don't think they're going to be very much affected. You know, people eat, that's number one. China's going to continue buying, number two. Speaking of China, Taiwan. 200 days without a case of COVID. Well, you think science should be looking in and seeing what's going on there, that they're able to withstand all that? Bonds and notes stable right here. Brent going off, not Brent, Bitcoin, the October. Today is the last trading day of the month for it. So it's going to go off the board. You want to move to the Novembers. And by the way, you're going to go off the board now in the December Brent. You wouldn't think so. Here you are in October and that contract's expiring. Look at, by the way, as we're talking, you're approaching 300 lower in the stock indices. Let's get right here. University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment, the final October reading, 81.8. The prelim was 81.2, right with what was expected. Up a little bit. All these numbers were good. I'll bet if you took this report today, you wouldn't get these type of numbers. Personal income, consumption spending, and PCE. Well, if we take a look, up 0.9 on the personal income, that's over the expected 0.5. Consumption spending 1.4, that was greater than the 1%. So why is everything down? Because the market's forward looking. This is September's numbers. They're already old. Even October probably looked better at the beginning. Now with the COVID again and the shutdowns that are taking place, that's what's hitting these markets. And of course, the fear. I don't think the election's going to stop the personal income, consumption spending and the like. It's the COVID that you have to deal with. The core price index up 0.2, no inflation to speak of. You can see that right through these numbers that we have. Then we get to the unemployment cost index. Again, these numbers are not inflationary. That's good news any way that you want to go with it. Friendly, yet the market's down today. The Chicago PMI, 61.1 versus an expected 57.9. Did it have any impact on today's markets? None. Then here's something that's bothering the heck out of me. A recent poll, and this I heard this morning. I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was when I was listening. I think it was Fox. A poll said that 40% of the people polled will not accept the outcome if their candidate loses. That's either side. Couple with this, Walmart deciding to take their guns and ammunition off the shelves of their stores. And I think that you walk away with one thing, concern. We see in Philadelphia, you know, when people want to protest what they're doing, I